Every single day, you're being negotiated with, and most of the time, you're losing without even realizing it. Your salary, your time, your relationships, even the price you pay for things were decided by someone who understood psychology better than you. This isn't about talking louder or being smarter. This is about how the human mind breaks under pressure. In this video, you'll learn the same negotiation tactics used by FBI hostage negotiators to control conversations, influence decisions, and make anyone say yes without force. Right now, you're negotiating, even if you don't realize it. Every time you ask for a raise, set a price, convince someone, argue with your partner, or even say yes or no, you're negotiating. The problem is, most people negotiate with logic, fairness, and compromise, and that's exactly why they lose. Chris Voss, a former FBI hostage negotiator, learned something terrifying during life-and-death situations. People don't make decisions logically. They make decisions emotionally and then justify them with logic later. Chris Voss spent years negotiating with terrorists, kidnappers, and criminals who had nothing to lose. There were no second chances, no let's meet in the middle. If he failed, people died. What he discovered completely contradicts everything we're taught about negotiation. We're told to be rational, calm, and objective, but Voss learned that emotion drives every decision. Fear, ego, insecurity, and the need to feel understood matter more than facts.
One of the biggest lies we're taught is compromise. Meet in the middle. It sounds fair, but Voss says splitting the difference creates bad deals. When you compromise, both sides feel they lost something. In high-stakes negotiations, compromise weakens trust and leaves resentment. Instead of pushing for middle ground, elite negotiators aim for understanding. When people feel deeply understood, they become flexible without you giving anything up. This brings us to the most powerful weapon in negotiation: tactical empathy. Tactical empathy doesn't mean agreeing with someone. It means understanding their emotions and perspectives so deeply that they feel heard. Humans crave being understood more than being right. When someone feels understood, their emotional defenses drop. Only then does real negotiation begin. And the fastest way to show understanding is through mirroring. Mirroring is shockingly simple. You repeat the last few important words the other person said, slowly, like a question. This forces them to explain more. It buys you time. It makes them feel listened to. Criminals would often reveal their real motivations just because someone mirrored them. In everyday life, mirroring works just as powerfully. Another critical technique is labeling emotions. Instead of ignoring emotions, Voss says to call them out. It sounds like you're frustrated. It seems like you feel under pressure. When emotions are labeled, especially negative ones, they lose power. The brain calms down. People stop reacting and start thinking. This is why elite negotiators never avoid negativity. They neutralize it. Now here's where most people get it wrong. They chase the word yes. They think yes means agreement. But Voss says yes is dangerous. People say yes to end conversations. They say yes without commitment. Instead, you should aim for no. No gives people control. No makes them feel safe. And when people feel safe, they talk honestly. Closely connected to this are calibrated questions. These are questions that start with how or what. Questions like, how am I supposed to do that? Or what would make this work? These questions shift pressure to the other person without confrontation. They make the other side solve your problem for you while believing it was their idea. Tone matters more than words. Voss introduces the late-night FM DJ voice, calm, slow, and controlled. When emotions rise, logic disappears. A calm voice signals authority and confidence. It keeps negotiations alive when others would lose control. When it comes to money, Voss introduces the Ackerman model. Instead of jumping to your ideal price, you start low and move upward in calculated decreasing steps. Each concession feels painful, signaling that you're reaching your limit. Psychologically, this makes the other side feel like they're winning, even when you are.
Another dangerous word in negotiation is fair. When people say, that's not fair, they're often manipulating emotions. Voss warns never to argue fairness. Instead, ask what fair means. Make it specific. Vague fairness favors whoever uses it first. The most powerful truth of this book is simple. People want autonomy. They want to feel they chose the outcome. The best negotiators don't force decisions. They guide people to decide for themselves. When someone believes the decision was theirs, resistance disappears. Negotiation isn't about winning arguments, it's about uncovering truth. Preparation matters more than cleverness. You must understand the other side's fears, pressures, and constraints. Not what they say they want, but what they actually need. The techniques in this book work everywhere. Business deals, salaries, relationships, parenting, even conversations with yourself. Wherever emotions exist, negotiation exists. If you remember one thing from this video, remember this. You don't persuade people by pushing harder. You persuade them by making them feel safe, heard, and understood. That's how the most dangerous negotiators in the world win, without violence. If this video changed the way you see conversations, remember this. Every interaction in your life is a negotiation. The moment you understand that, you stop reacting and start controlling outcomes. Use these techniques responsibly, because real power isn't forcing people, it's understanding them better than they understand themselves. If you want more deep dive book summaries on psychology, power, and wealth, like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss what actually matters. And comment below, which negotiation mistake do you think you've been making all this time?